Welcome back, darling. So, a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to New York, which the timing was perfect for because while I wasn't really in a creative rut, I was sort of overwhelmed by all the things I wanted to do and I needed a little direction. And if you've ever been to New York, you know that it is pretty much the home of creative inspiration. Now, I used to live in New York many moons ago, so I had a few haunts that I wanted to revisit and a few new places that I wanted to check out. But I decided to focus this trip on not only seeing friends that I hadn't seen in a while and catching up and having a great time, but also as an opportunity to really go into a few of these spaces with the goal of narrowing my inspiration, narrowing what it is I wanted to do creatively next. The three places that I want to focus on in terms of my creative inspiration is 1, the Frick Collection, 2, the Museum of Arts and Design, and 3, Mood Fabric. To say that the city was crazy while I was there is an understatement. It was the World Cup, it was Tribeca Film Festival, and it was... oh God, the Knicks. The Knicks winning. It was a little crazy, but in the best New York kind of way.
Our first stop is the Frick. If you want to see how wealth was worn and born in the 1700s, 1800s, this is the place. I'm specifically here for the portraits. I love the way the light hits on things like pearls and textiles in these portraits. Now, texture isn't just painted, it is really thought about and understood in a different way. I wish I could show you these images, but the Frick is a very strict no photo policy. But one thing that they did have the day I was there, which was I was so lucky to have, was a workshop where you could make a rosette, which is something that the women of Marie Antoinette's court were all about doing. Next up was the Museum of Arts and Design, or MAD. It's a total pivot. It's really where craft meets avant-garde. Their jewelry gallery is a treasure trove for anyone who loves beading or anything intricate and interesting. Unlike the Frick, where the goal, for the most part, is realism, here it is about pushing materials. There were works made of beads, made of recycled glass, wood, even silicone. There was an artist in residence making them out of natural materials like pomegranates and coconuts, and he was drilling each one by hand. It was a really fascinating space to be in. It really served to remind me that whatever projects I do don't have to be pretty. They can be structural, they can be interesting. It can move beyond pretty for pretty's sake. course, the iconic Mood. This is where I try not to get overwhelmed. Mood Fabrics is a 3-floor labyrinth of really like creative inspiration and possibility. I headed straight for the trims and buttons and embellishments. I was really looking for like sequins that have kind of a matte historical finish that I saw at the Frick, but maybe in colors that felt more contemporary, like pieces from Mad. This was really like the flow state part of the trip where my vision started to come together and I was really just grooving.
So this was one city, 3 very different spaces to gather creative inspiration, and 3 very different perspectives on what it means to embellish. So at the Frick, I made this lovely little rosette pin, which apparently the women during Marie Antoinette's time were really big on doing. They'd actually cut out these little pictures, make the buttons. I've been using it as a bag charm, and I absolutely love it. It's so sweet. It's not my best work. I didn't have a ton of time to do it, but I'm so glad that I did do it. It really, not only did the exhibit teach me something, but doing this and getting in the mindset of those women who were embellishing their outfits taught me a little something. And don't think I was going to leave you without a haul from Mood Fabrics. So I found some amazing appliques from Oscar de la Renta, which their flagship store is down the street. So they're these beautiful sort of feather-shaped Art Deco pieces. I got this gorgeous little E. There we go. It's probably mirrored for you. A little applique that I'm not sure what I want to put it on, but I am kind of obsessed with it. I got some fantastic beaded buttons, some embellished beaded cord, and some other trimmings that's just a bit Baroque, gold thread with like a really deep sapphire blue ribbon in it. And then a plain black zipper, which I keep running out of. You'd think I had to have enough of these, and I never do. Now, for the Museum of Arts and Design, I don't have anything to show you. I didn't leave with anything, except for I think that is really where my ideas of what I wanted to do, how I wanted to play with embellishments moving forward was really crystallized. The amazing, whimsical, fantastical things that I saw really made me want to play a little bit more with my embellishments rather than just making things look more beautiful. I wanted them to be a little different, a little sort of outside. And so I think that really, really did crystallize for me what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it and how I wanted to, use these things that I was picking up and sort of carry on the tradition of fanciful embellishment that I learned about at the Frick. I think I really found my direction there. It's this blend of these historical sort of clusters of embellishment with maybe like more monochromatic, modern sort of take on it. And I've had so much fun making embellishment projects since I got home.
So this project started with a tie that I got in last week's video, if you want to go check that out, and an applique that I got at Fabrics, one of my favorite fabric stores here in San Francisco. I decided it was just a great starting point. I didn't have a plan. I didn't draw anything out. I just pulled out the beads that I wanted to use, the ones I thought were fun and colorful and pretty and went together well and made a great little palette. And I sort of just kept adding and adding and adding. Unfortunately, white satin really does show your mistakes. This didn't take me very long, honestly, only about 2 or 3 days in total, I think. Again, starting with an applique as this base layer really was a way to go. It was a nice little jumping off point and it made it sort of an easy starting place. Again, I didn't have a plan. I didn't have an end point. I wasn't quite sure where I was going. I sort of just kept adding beads until I felt like it was enough. One thing with this piece though is it is very heavy. I think I would have continued adding beads, but I'm using actual glass and crystal, and this thing weighs solidly, I'd say 2 pounds at this point. So that sort of dictated what my endpoint was. I absolutely loved making this, and I really think it came out exactly like I wanted. Even though I didn't have a design vision in my head, I had kind of a concept, and it came out exactly as I wanted.
Where do you go when you're either creatively paralyzed or creatively overwhelmed? Or is that the same thing to you? I'd absolutely love to know. If you've loved this little trip and you want to hang out for more creativity, crafting, sewing, do definitely subscribe, stay, hang out. I love having you here, so thank you so much for being here. So until I see you next time, stay creative, stay crafting, stay seed beating. I'll see you soon. Bye.